EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Shut! 60 outlaw! Rabbit! Echo!
They just get the play off. Now Vic. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, it's our house.
Under 10.
Go.
Check. Fresno. Check. Lucky.
Throwing again. Vic. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
It's third down and 10 yards to go.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Hey, let's get this. Check hot route. Hot.
Check the backer.
Haywood.
Vic to throw it. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I'm coming for you, son. Ready.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
That's good for a
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Falcons' 47-yard line.
Ready.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You're not ready.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Shakedown. It's the shakedown, baby.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first.
First down.
Ready.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready. Blue 80.
54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Flush. Now Breeze lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Throwing now is Breeze. And Gen's got it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 14.
Another Saints 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Ready. 95-56.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see it.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
That's it, baby.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Ready.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Now Breeze. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Lutz puts this one through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
1st down, Atlanta.
Come on, set. Get the blast.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
22, jet, bomber. Check. 22, jet, bomber.
Showing that.
Vic now from the 50. This complete to Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Check 24, check 24.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On second down, Freeman. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
47's the mic. Go.
Check pass, check pass.
47 Mike, 47 Mike, Mike 47.
Hey, let's get that ball, Dino.
3rd and short yardage, Vic, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is right down the middle. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
65, 65. 65.
On the ground, this is Kamara. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
3rd and 1.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
For the Saints, first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Target. Jam him, jam. Watch twist. Zoom. The mic, 47's the mic. Go to right.
So here's Vic following the interception. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. He's at the 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 85 yards, and the Falcons have taken the lead. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is. But he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
Second and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
He's checking. Crash.
A 10th carry for Kamara. A limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
Breeze now to throw. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly,
that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Fielded just inside the 20. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, 4 down.
High seven.
81 right there. He's sneaky. Check that guy. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 9.
Vic readies to throw. Oh, he cannot get away. Down goes Vic. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On third down, Vic. And that will be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On fourth down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
At their own
So they'll play the
9-yard
field
line.
position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Ready?
The Saints
Yellow lady,
offense
yellow
on the
lady.
field ready to get their drive started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Breeze going to throw. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Kamara. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
45. Here we go, G. 45, 45. Mike, 45.
Hey, defense.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Breeze. And that's caught inside the 30. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 24-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Ready? Yellow lady, yellow lady.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Breeze now on 1st down. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Kill.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. The kick by Lutz is good. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
The Falcons take
Here we
over
go.
1st
Here we go.
and 10
Here we go.
at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, fellas.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Ready.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Watch the pass. Watch the play.
Here's Breeze to throw. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Incomplete.
The Falcons and Saints, they aren't strangers to one another. That's no secret. They were founded 1 year apart back in the 60s, their first meeting in 1967. And neither franchise had much success through the 70s and 80s, but boy, has that changed in recent memory. And the Falcons holding the all-time series advantage 52-48. And one of the more memorable matchups, certainly between the two teams, September of 2006. It was the reopening of the Superdome following the devastation from Hurricane Katrina the year prior. The Saints winning that one 23-3. And now they meet here in this one as part of the NFL 100 series. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Running with Kamara. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third.
Give me that ball.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Hey, eat. Come on, boy. Come on.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 40-yard line.
Ready.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Breeze now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Julio Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Hey, when you're thinking about your opening drive in the third quarter, you're thinking about exactly that, putting together a drive. But instead, what did we get?
Big pass downfield, touchdown. I thought, okay, just sitting back in my chair, let's get eased in, a couple runs. No, boom.
Yeah, forget the body blows, folks. Let's throw the big shot right now.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. He's got Fuller. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play.
Saints, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Check three. Wide, get wide. Blue draw corkers.
From the 36, Breeze. It's complete to Fuller. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That's another Saints.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Ready.
5'8", 5'8".
Mike's 59.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 10-yard line.
Ready.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Ready, set.
On the ground, Kamara. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the number 2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're number 2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball anyway? Or do you do the best thing and throw the darn thing and try and get in the end zone?
Maybe that's wiser. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. And Lutz's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So it's a 3rd field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the posts.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Even. 4 down.
Exit. 24 is the mic.
We own them. We own them.
24 is the mic.
To throw again, Vic. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Two tides. 4 down.
24 is the mic.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all.
And the blitz does come.
All the way back home.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. The sack is by Janoris Jenkins coming in off the corner. Back now here live in New Orleans. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. Now it's Gann. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 points?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked it. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. After the sack on 1st down, Brees, he'll air it out deep, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Keanu Neal, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
24 is the mic.
Who that?
24 is the mic.
Not here.
Vic now.
I'm coming after you.
This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons.
A gain of 16 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies.
Orbit.
56. Mike, 56, right there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking deep for Julio. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now, last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now.
And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, DeMonte Casey. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Check 82. Watch 82.
On the ball.
Throwing again. Vic.
Strong right.
And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
From the gun, Vic. Looking downfield for Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. On 4th down, Vic looking deep for Julio. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
95-56, 95-56. Watch the run.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 45 yards.
To Michael Thomas. First down and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now they'll run. Murray. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Latavius Murray, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score.
Ready.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Now Breeze. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And a good job here by the Falcons, their hands team, able to recover it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
How about that one? The so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Coming after you. Delta. Ship. Watch the ship. Ship.
Here's Vic. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Trying to disrupt Julio Jones there, the intended target. A little too close, got the flag thrown.
I'm not sure anyone can cover Julio Jones one-on-one for very long without getting their share of pass interference calls. His size, his speed, his physicality makes it almost impossible to do.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Falcons push further out in front. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up first and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they were able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Keep it up, guys.
Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9". Rip right.
Breeze now on first down. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, DeMonte Casey. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Eli Apple.
Don't throw this way.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on second down. Breeze. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Ready?
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking deep for Julio. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Breeze. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, 2nd best in the league, and they'll try it here. Here's Breeze. He finds his target, Fuller. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down. On 1st down, Breeze. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Keanu Neal. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eli Apple.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Mike 59. Mike 59.
Crunch time, defense.
Today's final score, Falcons 30, Saints 15.